education isn't just what we study, it is about how we apply what we learn in real life. Hello, everyone. I'm Nusrat, a certified yoga teacher, and today I'm thrilled to have with a special guest. We are going to have the meaningful conversations about the education, skills, technology, and overall the development of the student. Ma'am, welcome. It's my pleasure to you here. And how are you today?
I'm doing great, exceptionally well at my place, and thank you so much giving me opportunity to having screen with me. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah. So shall we start our conversation?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Ma'am, in your opinion, so what hold the more importance today's is skill-based education or degree-based education?
I think I believe that both they have their own value and own touch. But these days, what I believe that and what I see because of social media, if you have a skill, so you can show your skill and skill based things you will get because there are the several things. There are the plethora of platforms is there, so you can according to your skill you can get the education. But if you are getting skill based education, what you feel in yourself, that is like practically you are getting the things. Because in real life, how you are facing the problem, how you are handling your problems, obstacles, many more things these days we are having. So skill based education help to you in grow in the real life. And on the flip side, when we talk about the like degree based education, so what I believe that degree based education I heard a master degree, okay. So what I feel like that for like if we talk about teaching line, if we talk about medical line, if we talk about engineering line, so we have that like we are bound to that particular field. We have knowledge like if I talk about teacher, so I can teach kids very well, so I have a knowledge only for the teaching. But if you are having skill, so you can show your skill anytime. There are the like as I told you, there are the platforms which you can show your skill and you can make the money. And like there are the many companies also, and because of social media there are the marketing businesses also there, so you can show your skill and you can show your education also. And these days we are also having through social media skill based education also, what I believe that.
Wow. That's very interesting, the perspective, ma'am. I really respected your view point, especially when it comes to the practical skill. The personally, I don't think we should choose the one over the other. I believe that degree and the skill should complement each other. A degree give us the theoretical knowledge and a foundation in a particular subject, but the practical skill help us use the knowledge in a real life situation. Suppose that
Yes.
a person may have a good degree, but without communication skills, teamwork, problem solving, and ability and confidence, it can be difficult to perform effectively in the real world. And I like to say that there is a beautiful idiom: the proof isn't in the pudding. It means
Yes.
that the real value of something can be understood by seeing the actual result or by seeing how it works in a practice. And I think this apply very well to education. In my opinion, we don't need to think of a skill degree as two separate things. A degree gives us knowledge, and the skill help us apply that the knowledge. And when we have the both, educations become much more meaningful and useful. So, ma'am, I believe the real goal should be to create a balance between the knowledge and the practical skill. So let's
Yes.
move on to another, the importance of the education today's the technology. Now, what role do you believe technology in playing educations today?
Technology has changed the form of the education. Because of technology, we can get the education. We are sitting at home. For example, we are homemakers. We are living in the four walls. We can't step out. So we can hire any like tutor, whatever we want for our kids. So social media is there. We can connect and we can easily, like in the best way, in the faster way, in the easiest way, we can get the education. So I think because of technology, we are connecting and we are sharing our knowledge, imparting, circulating our knowledge only because of technology. So I strongly believe that because of technology, many things earlier teachers also using like only chalk and duster, but now they are also using the like advanced level, skilled level, uh, that board, and digital board is there. Many more things they have changed, and they are imparting their knowledge in the several way. So I have seen also, and I have took the classes when we were those were the day when we were having the pandemic corona time. I have hired good teachers, and I took the like advantage through the social media. Because of the technology, I manage my kids study and everything. So I think because technology is like a blessing in a disguise, what I believe that.
Wow, that's a very relevant point, and I completely agree that the technology has changed the way the students learn. And today, the students have access to online classes and educational video, digital books, online courses, and
Yes.
many other the learning resources. They can learn from almost anywhere and at a time that is convenient for them. So
Yes.
definitely the technologies has made education more accessible and convenient. But at the same time, I feel that we should use the technology in a balanced and the meaningful way. I
Yes.
mean to say that too much of a good thing can be harmful. It means
Yes.
that even something the useful can can be harmful, and we use the much of it. And I think this is the important when we talk about the technology. It education become a too dependent on technology. They may
Yes.
really already made the answer, and instead of thinking for themselves. And in the matter of fact, they sometimes students become a lethargic, and they don't have the too much IQ, and they may also get the fewer opportunity for face to
Yes.
face the communication, classroom discussions, teamwork, and direct interaction with teachers. I believe the technologies should support the education, not replace the traditional the teaching. And technology can provide it information, convenience, but teacher provided the guidance,
Guidance.
and understanding, and mentorship
Mainly
also.
guidance.
Yeah, mentorship
Mm.
also, and the human connection. And therefore the best approach isn't to avoid the technology, but to use it wisely. The technology can
Yes.
definitely make learning easier and more accessible, but the way we use it, what's really matter.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
totally agree with your point, ma'am. Point your that is like strike a balance should be there. We have to wisely and using technology for our kids, for ourselves also. How much time we are, using the screen and all the time we are running, through the screen. We are not taking the rest also. So it's like need is that strike a balance.
Do you want to ask any something?
Yes, yes, I have a question. I have jotted down question for you. So I just like to ask to you, ma'am, do you believe that do you think our education system like focus more on academic marks than compared to the students' overall development? Why so?
Uh, as per as my knowledge, uh, first, education is very important. And personally, I don't think the mark should be the only measure of the student's ability or potential. Education should be about the overall development of a student. A student may score very well and well academy, but may still need to developments, communication skills, confidence, creative leadership, or problem solving skill also. That's mean the problem solving ability. Suppose
Mm.
that the student may write excellent answer in an exam, but feel nervous and while speaking in front of others. On the other hand, another student may not always score the highest mark, but may be very creative, confident, and good at communications or excellent at a teamwork. These quality are also extremely important in a real life. I would like to say that the tip of the iceberg. It means
Right.
that what we can see in only a small part of something the much bigger. And I think
Mm.
marks are similar. The marks show us the part of a student's performance, but they don't show the complete the picture. The student
Mm.
through the potentials include the so many other things: how they think, how they
Mm.
communication, how they score, and how they solve the problem, how they work with other, and how they apply their knowledge. So instead of focusing only on mark, I believe we should look at the students as a whole, because the
Yes.
education should not help students to score well in an exam. It should help them become a confident and capable
Mm.
individuals. And I feel
Yes, I'm
that the
totally.
education, yes, I feel that the education should focus not only on academic performance, but also on the development of the whole person. And this brings us to our uh, these things is brings to our the goal.
Yes.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, I'm totally agree with your point, ma'am. Marks can't decide each and everything. What I believe that holistic approach should be there. You know,
Yes.
we have to figure out students' mental and physical well-being, each and everything. It's not like each and every time we are running behind the marks. You have to got good marks only. We have to figure out students' ability, caliber, what type of caliber they are carrying. We have need is that we have to figuring out the situation, not like pressurize all the time academic and marks. You have to do this and that. Holistic approach should be there. What I believe that. So I have one question for you. Next question is that I would like to answer to you, ask to you. That is like, what changes do you think are needed in the education system to make learning more effective and meaningful for students? What do you think?
Wow. Personally, I feel the education should become a more practical, interactive, and engaging, and student shouldn't be limited memorizing information just for the examination. They should also get the opportunity to ask the question, share their idea, participate in discussion, working in a group, and give a presentation, take a part in a debate, or work or real life project. I would like to
Hmm.
give the practical example. Suppose that if a student are learning the communication skill, and they shouldn't only real about the communication in a textbooks, they should actually get the opportunity to speak, present their idea, interact with other, and express themselves. This can help them the understand the concept, build the confidence at the same time. And I would like to share one of the beautiful idiom here: learning by doing. It means that we understand the something the better when we actually the practice of only reading about it. I strongly believe this approach can make a learning more effective. I also feel that the student should be encouraged to ask the question and make a mistakes. Sometimes the students
Mm.
are afraid of giving the wrong answer, but
Mm.
mistakes can also be the part of learning. Students should
Mm.
feel comfortable saying, I don't understand. Can you explain again? Or can I try it another way? That kind of the
Mm.
environment can make us students more comfortable and crucial. So I think
Mm.
we should gradually move from the studying only for exam or to learning for life, because ultimately the education
Mm.
should prepare student not only to pass the
Yes.
examination but also to communicate and solve the problem, make a decision, face the challenges, and handle the real life the situation. Students should
Mm.
have their educational journey with not only certificate and degree
Mm.
but also with the knowledge, confidence, practical skill, and the ability to face life. What do you think? What is your point of view?
I'm totally agree with you. I'm happy with your answer. The thing is that what I believe that first, like create the healthy environment for the students. Okay, and figure out that those students who are somewhere lagging behind, because everyone has their different skill, different like way of talk, different learning skill also. So we have to change. We have to figure out the situation, means what type of students we are having. For example, I am taking the tuitions for 20 students, and some of are like brilliant, some of are not that much. So what I have to do, I have to give them healthy environment, comfortable environment. Don't like suppress their feelings and emotion, and give them like flourish in the different way, and give them opportunity to them, and teach to that thing. Like one thing is that making mistake is there, like you through the mistakes you are learning in your life. That thing we have to tell to the students, then they will be able, then they will be show their skills and everything, like tell to you. Otherwise we are all the time giving that giving that advice, a piece of advice to them. You have to get do this and that, this is the academic, this is the curriculum, you have to on the time, you have to finish. So this is not good approach, what I believe that, isn't it?
Yes, it's absolutely
Yes.
correct. Yeah. Yeah, it has been a truly enriching the conversation, and today we discuss four important the aspect of the education is skills versus degree, the role of technologies, marks versus overall the development, and change needed in our the situation system. And if I had to summarize our entire the conversation in our the one line, I would say the education shouldn't only prepare us for examination, it should prepare us for life. And thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your valuable thought and insight with us and to everyone watching. I hope this conversation encourage you to think about the education from a broader the perspective. Education is not just about how much can remember or what marks we can achieve. It also about how well we understand, how confidently we communicate, how creative we think, and how effective we apply, and what we learn in real life. Keep
Yes.
learning, keep
Yes.
growing, and keep moving forward. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next conversation.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.